Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Emanuel-C channel. Thanks for tuning in. This is Last Week in Tech, the show giving you weekly tech updates. Today I'll be talking about trends of CES 2022, starting off with EVs and Mercedes' new sedan that could topple Tesla, the first cell phones coming out in 2022, and some interesting tech that could be useful or could just be more stuff that nobody asked for. We're gonna start today off with electric vehicles at CES. This year, it seems like we're getting EVs from everyone. Sony, the company that can't make enough PlayStation 5s, has now decided to shift their focus to making more PlayStation 4s and EVs. Alongside revealing the name for the long-anticipated PlayStation VR follow-up, the PSVR 2, they showed off their Sony Vision concept sedan and SUV, and announced the launch of their new company, Sony Mobility Inc. We also got announcements from Chrysler, a Chevy Silverado EV. Cadillac revealed their new inner space concept, which essentially is a living room on wheels. Everyone saw BMW's color-changing paint technology, and Mercedes has a brand new EV sedan, the Vision EQXX. The company seems to be doubling down on what they did with the EQS last year. This new vehicle features one large screen, instead of 3 separate screens behind one piece of glass. A roof that is made up of 117 solar cells, which can add up to 25 kilometers of range under ideal conditions in a single day, and a reduced drag coefficient of 0.17. This is considerably better than the Lucid Air and Mercedes EQS from last year, which both had a former record-setting drag coefficient of 0.20, and the top Tesla, the Plaid Model S, which has a drag coefficient of 0.208. With the design of this vehicle, Mercedes says they chose not to go the typical route of cramming an oversized battery under the floor. Instead, they focused on drivetrain efficiency, energy density with the battery, a lightweight design, and aerodynamics. Most manufacturers focus on the drag coefficient and try to gear towards setting top speeds around the track. They decided to focus more on improving the range of the vehicle. The EQXX is supposed to have a 1,000 kilometer range, which equals 648 miles. Now this range is an estimate from Mercedes. When the EV comes out, it could be less. It's still up to the EPA and the WLTP to certify what the real world range is. But for comparison, the Lucid Air, which is currently the best range in an EV, has a range of 520 miles. The Tesla Model S Long Range Plus, which is currently the longest range Tesla, has a range of 408 miles. Tesla is on top of the EV world. They're very fun to drive, have a great charging network, and great range. But now companies like Lucid and Mercedes have caught up and passed them in range. There are better interiors out there. It's Mercedes, so of course. But also, don't get me started on Tesla's quality control issues. Another trend for EVs is more screens and less steering wheels. Tesla has already chopped their steering wheel in half. Companies are designing vehicles with more autonomy. Would you be comfortable on your next road trip having your car drive itself? You get in the car, there's no steering wheel or a driver. You just have the screens in front of you for you to enjoy whatever media you want to. Next up, we'll talk about the first phones coming out in 2022. The Samsung Galaxy S21 Fan Edition already came out. It's a good phone with the same design as the S21 from last year. It has a plastic back with a soft matte finish. The regular S21 had a glossy finish that sorta made it look like glass, a bit more premium looking. Just like the S21 phones, the camera bump blends into the side of the phone. This phone has also come out later than expected. It should have come out last year, but due to delays, it has come out in 2022, possibly weeks before Samsung's new S22 phones. Compared to the Pixel 6, it looks less premium and is a bit more expensive. Compared to the S21 it's based off of, it's currently more expensive with similar features and specs. It's a great phone, but tough to recommend until the price goes down a bit. Samsung is quick to offer discounts on their phones though. So around the time the new flagships are announced, we could see a price drop. OnePlus has also started releasing info about their new 10 Pro flagship phone, and it's actually been released in China already. The design has a blend-in of the camera bump into the side of the phone that definitely seems to be inspired by Samsung's S21 phones. It seems like Apple isn't the only one who can create trends in the industry. Hopefully more companies copy Samsung and start reducing the camera bumps in the future. There's also Hasselblad branded on the camera too. We're currently in the second year of a 3-year partnership. Hopefully we get better performance with the color science this year. Also, there have been a lot of leaks of Samsung's S22 phones and a possible return of the Note series. From the renders and leaks we've seen so far, there appears to be no camera bump at all. The camera lenses slightly protrude out the back of the phone. The S22 Ultra also could come with a stylus, although some people think it's actually an S22 Note. Samsung's 2021 flagship phones were compatible with the S Pen, but it was annoying because you had to have some extra case to hold it or just have the pen floating around in your pocket. But maybe the renders we're seeing aren't an Ultra or a Note. Maybe they'd create a brand new device combining all of the names, creating a Samsung Galaxy S22 Note Ultra Plus Pro Max phone. And finally, we'll be talking about interest in tech from CES. Intel announced their dedicated ARC graphics for laptops, and NVIDIA announced their new entry-level 3050 and new flagship 3090 Ti graphics cards for desktop PCs. Hopefully they don't all go to bots. There's already a chip shortage going on, and now it seems like the bot armies are scooping up all the GPU chips, next-gen gaming consoles, and all the golf shoes. Now, it's not NVIDIA's fault, it's just unfortunately the way the economy is working right now. Maybe bot shoppers will avoid the 3050 like they did the Xbox Series S. It's a lower priced item, so margins for resale won't be as high. They may avoid the 3050 and just go to the 3090 Ti. Good luck to all the real gamers out there trying to buy one. In terms of interesting, Samsung announced their Freestyle mobile projector, what they're calling the Smart Theater to Go. It's a new barrel-shaped device that is highly portable with built-in speakers. This device is small, it's designed to be moved around, and does all the adjustments for you. It can produce an autofocus, auto-leveled, auto-keystoned image, which makes it super easy to set up. It also features accessories like a battery pack so you can take it on the road with you. An attachment that allows you to screw it into a light bulb socket for power. Think replacing your ceiling light and projecting your content onto a table. With its versatility and ease of use, this could be a smash hit. At CES, a lot of TV manufacturers are integrating game streaming. Sort of like when Netflix first started being put on TVs. Services like Google Stadia and GeForce Now are going to come pre-installed on a lot of devices. What I think would really make this a winning feature is something like Xbox Game Pass, where you can get AAA games streamed to your TV. This may not happen because that could kind of tank Xbox console sales, but AAA games might not be needed. We could see this become really popular if we get simple group party games, maybe something like Jackbox, that you don't need a PlayStation or another console to hook up to. It's already built into your TV. Google has also announced they want to improve Windows and Android integration. This is great. This is what we talked about on the last episode. They're planning to build an equivalent of Apple's AirPlay or AirDrop for Android, Chrome, and Windows devices. Also building their own fast pairing, just like AirPods. Also building ways to easily drop and transfer files. Messaging apps from your Android device will be able to run mirrored from your phone to your laptop or Chromebook. Just like Apple Watch can keep your phone or tablet or laptop unlocked, Wear OS will be able to do the same thing. They're also partnering with BMW and possibly other car makers so that your phone works as your key when you approach your car. You don't need to take your phone or keys out of your pocket. You just approach your car, it unlocks for you, you can start it, drive off. Like we said on the last episode, yes, there are a lot of Apple products out there. Their ecosystem is huge, but not as many as Android and Windows and Chromebooks combined. What's also great, when Apple does something, everyone follows suit, even if it's something like removing the headphone jack. Luckily, Android is going the opposite route, and instead of building a closed garden and only working with Google-made things, they're branching out to more and more companies, with Samsung, with Windows, with Acer, HP, Dell. What's also great is they've announced this at the start of the year. We don't have to wait for the end of the year to see all the features they might add. Now they'll trickle out bit by bit as the year goes on, but it's a good sign that from the start of the year, Google wants to build more integration with more companies. And finally, there were some weird laptops shown off at CES 2022. Lenovo announced their ThinkBook Plus Gen 3, which features an 8-inch tablet to the right of the keyboard that pushes the keyboard to the left. This is a different take on a secondary screen compared to ASUS and their Duo products, which puts the second screen above the keyboard and pushes it down. Which do you prefer? Dell also unveiled their Dell XPS 13 Plus, which features an invisible touchpad and a touch bar at the top, which can swap between function keys and media control keys. The invisible touchpad just sounds like a bad idea to me, and Apple just got rid of their touch bar. People clearly don't like them and don't find them practical. You don't need gimmicks to make people buy your things. Although obviously gimmicks work, people keep buying them, that's why companies keep doing them. But make it a useful gimmick, something that boosts performance or adds productivity. When people want a second screen, they don't want a mini screen. They want a second full-size screen. What I think every manufacturer should do is make an ASUS ROG Flow X13. The X13 Flow's gimmick is that it has an external GPU, and the XG Mobile, which is a full I/O hub. It features 4 USB Type-A ports, an SD card reader, up to 4 display outputs, gigabit Ethernet, and an integrated 280 watt adapter that powers the eGPU and your laptop. This gives you better performance and more ports, which is something that all laptops need. The only thing that I think can make this device form factor better is if it was a detachable screen like the Microsoft Surface tablet. It's funny you talked about the ASUS X13. What? Did they actually? Well, there you have it. And that's it for this episode. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button down below. It helps out a ton. And if you're new here to the Emanuel-C channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell so you can keep up with all the uploads here on the channel. And if you're interested in a more in-depth conversation, click the link below to check out my podcast with a friend covering this episode's topics. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Emanuel-C, and I'll catch you in the next video. Until next time, take it easy. Peace.